It's no secret that Rockstar Games likes to take inspiration from pop culture for their video games, whether it's Michael from GTA 5 being similar to Tony Soprano, or Ryder from GTA San Andreas being similar to Eazy-E. Well, I decided to cover all the Breaking Bad Easter eggs and references that I was able to find in Grand Theft Auto 5. In story mode, if you go to the Ron Alternate's wind farm at night, you can see these two brothers having intercourse in an RV in the desert. So obviously RVs are one of the many places criminals are known to cook meth. But it looks like these two brothers are doing more than that. And yeah, I think this is a clear parody of Walter and Jesse from Breaking Bad.
The crotch smells like turnips.
Well, you got hands like sandpaper. I like it.
How can this be wrong when it feels so right?
It ain't wrong if it's family. That's what the law says.
Shut up and spank me, like I forgot to feed the hogs.
Oh, yeah. You like that, don't you?
I was not expecting to see that.
Oh, shit, no! He saw our special time!
Oh! Hey! Leave me out of this!
Michael Shrink resembles a psychiatrist that Walter White is forced to talk to in the Breaking Bad episode Bit by a Dead Bee. So in this episode, Walter and Jesse, they escape from Tuco Salamanca after being kidnapped by him and held captive for a few days. Walter comes up with an alibi. He goes to a supermarket, takes off all his clothes, and fakes a fugue state. He is then hospitalized and claims to have no memory of where he's been for the last few days. The hospital believes Walt is at risk for another fugue state and forces him to undergo a psychiatrist evaluation. This is the only time we see this character, Dr. Chavez, in Breaking Bad, and I think this guy really resembles Isaiah Freelander. I was very shocked when I first found this on the internet. I thought maybe they were both voiced by the same person, but it turns out Dr. Chavez from Breaking Bad is voiced by a man named Harry Groner, while Isaiah Freelander from Grand Theft Auto 5 is voiced by a man named Brian Scott Johnson. But I think Rockstar Games could have been inspired by this Breaking Bad character for Michael Shrink in GTA 5. And keep in mind, this episode of Breaking Bad first aired in March of 2009, which is around 2 years and 7 months before Grand Theft Auto 5 was even announced. But I would say Isaiah Freelander is mostly based on Tony Soprano shrink Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos, considering the fact that Michael has a lot of similarities to Tony Soprano, and the GTA 5 story as a whole has a ton of similarities to The Sopranos. I'll put a list of a bunch of the similarities that GTA 5 has to The Sopranos that I found on Reddit. But to sum this up, I would say Isaiah Freelander is mostly based on Tony Soprano shrink Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos role-wise. And for the physical appearance of Isaiah Freelander, I would say he's based on Walter White's psychiatrist Dr. Chavez from Breaking Bad. Not only do they look similar, they even sound similar.
A fugue state is a very serious event. What if you were to disassociate while you were driving? What if you were to get into a situation where you could be shot by the police? You understand, we can't allow...
I suppose you haven't really considered the fact that by neglecting your therapy, you've guaranteed these behavioral relapses.
If you go to the website Cash for Dead Dreams and scroll down and click on the picture of an RV, it says for some reason old people love these things, but their real use is in high demand. Garment pharmaceutical bakers like the freedom to drive into the middle of nowhere and practice their craft. So when it says for some reason old people love these things, I think this is a reference to Walter White being somewhat old. We can see that in the first episode he celebrates his 50th birthday. And when it says garment pharmaceutical bakers like the freedom to drive into the middle of nowhere and practice their craft, I think this is a reference to Walter White being an expert chemistry teacher and driving into the middle of the desert and cooking high-quality meth. In story mode, if you're wanted, you can enter a cheat code in your phone called Lawyerup. This is a obvious reference to Saul Goodman's license plate, which says Lawyerup with the A and the E missing. If you go to this part of Mount Chiliad, you can see a chicken that looks like it was sprayed on the side of the mountain with spray paint. If you were to come here on the PS3 and Xbox 360 version of the game, you would see a face that some people says resembles Aaron Paul, who is the actor behind Jesse Pinkman. Some people said it could be a face of one of the developers of Grand Theft Auto 5. Some people were saying it's an artist at Rockstar Games named Dave Dixon. Another thing people were saying is that this is Mount Chiliad, and that's a reference to Jesse using chili powder as a signature for his meth.
You've been cooking? Cook whatever you like. As long as it's that ridiculous chili pea or some other dreck. But don't even think about using my formula.
He's trying to stop me.
But I do want to add that Mount Chiliad has been in the GTA universe ever since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which released in 2004, so I'm not sure about that. But for some reason they ended up changing this face to a chicken when they released the PS4 and Xbox One version of the game in November of 2014. The theory I came up with is maybe this chicken is a reference to Los Polos Hermanos, because if you translate that to English it says the Chicken Brothers. And maybe it could also be a reference to the Easter egg I showed you guys earlier where you have the two brothers having intercourse in an RV. But I could just be grasping at straws. You can make Michael resemble Walter White from the Breaking Bad episode ABQ. So first you want to go to the Bob barbershop and get the wood hairstyle. Then get the full goatee beard. Next you want to head to Ponsonby's and get the pale amethyst sweater. And the black leather loafers. Now you want to head to Suburban and get the brown chinos. And to top it off, you want to head to Binko and get the black rimmed glasses. And I do think Michael does look pretty similar to Walter White in the episode ABQ when you dress him like this. Chef is very similar to Walter White from the first and second seasons of Breaking Bad. They are both the cooks in their respective meth empires while occasionally confronting the competition, which happens to both be Hispanic gangs. In Chef's case, it was TPI and the Aztecas, while in Walter's case, it was his own meth empire and Tuco Salamanca. They both associate themselves with violent sociopaths who help get their product out. In Chef's case, it was Trevor, while in Walt's case, it was Tuco. They both keep meth in RVs. They both are bald, wear glasses, and have facial hair. The main difference of the two is that Chef has done meth while Walter only cooks it.
Are we still gonna cook that batch?
Fuck yeah!
Okay.
In the 2015 heist update, the character Maxim Rashkovsky's physical appearance is very similar to Walter White's. However, his appearance is more likely to be based on the character of Cyrus from the movie Con Air. Another thing I want to add is that he used to own a pharmaceutical company.
Nice. There are some screws I hope we run into. Let's go!
In the 2015 heist update, the Hazard outfit could be a reference to the Breaking Bad hazmat suit that Jesse and Walter wear. In the 2016 Bikers update, the Superlab looks very similar to the Breaking Bad Superlab. This security guard dresses similar to Mike Trout. This coffee kettle is a reference to Gail Bonacher using chemistry to make good tasting coffee in the episode Sunset.
4,800 milligrams per liter. But if you overboil to get there, you're going to leach your tannins, bitterness, milk. So I pull them out back in that way. I can keep the temperature no higher than 92 C. Judge for yourself.
My God, that is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
They have meth freezers just like in Breaking Bad. These people look similar to Gus's production line, and they are storing meth in storage bins. The meth is blue like Walter's. Every now and then you'll hear one of these workers cough, which could be a reference to Walter White coughing from cancer. There's a fly that's really hard to see because it keeps flying around. This is a reference to the episode Fly, where Walter and Jesse spend a whole episode trying to kill a fly so it doesn't contaminate the meth making process.
There's been a contamination.
Wait, what?
A fly. A housefly.
Like, one fly? Singular?
It got into the lab and I'm trying to get it out, okay? Understand?
You're chasing around a fly, and in your world, I'm the idiot.
The 2022 Los Santos Drug Wars update has a mission called First 06 Off the Rails, where you head to the Humane Labs to get rare precursor chemicals to create acid. Once the player has recovered 3 jugs of the precursor chemicals at the Humane Labs facility, Dax calls the player to reveal that Lapper has discovered something that he calls the Mother Load, which is a train carrying super pure chemicals. The player then collects the chemicals. This is very similar to the Breaking Bad episode Dead Freight, where Rotter and his crew rob a train full of methamphetamine.
With those peace and love losers gone, we are on track to take over the whole industry. But we might need a few professional-grade precursor chemicals for the old lab setup. What's a precursor chemical, Dex? Oh, great question, Fresh Meat. I got no freaking idea. But I'm gonna hand you over to my personal physician for the nerd stuff. Lab rat! Get over here and tell Fresh Meat what a precursor chemical is. Hey, this thing on? Okay, my friend, precursor chemicals. The building blocks. I'm gonna spare you the lecture on organic chem and just say acid's not meth, you know what I mean? You need more than a grocery store to make the magic happen. Most of the chems are pretty rare and they're on the government's blacklist. You can't buy them without the DEA looking over your shoulder. So, we gotta steal them. That's right. And when it comes to high-quality, federally prohibited chemicals, Humane Labs is the only store in town. Now, you're the kind of person with some hacking tools, right? Once you get through the door, we're gonna need some kind of intel on their inventory. Send a pic to Lab Rat, and we take it from there. Hell yeah! Lab Rat says we hit the jackpot. There's a bunch of the chemicals he needs all crated up. Grab them!
Holy shit!
Oh no! Okay, screw the jackpot. Lab Rat just found the Mother Load. There's a bunch of super pure precursor chemicals heading south on a train, along with this pretty rad-looking truck. Keep grabbing what you can. I gotta come up with a new plan. Attention, team! We have a new plan. We're gonna stop that train right now. And by stop, I mean we're gonna cause a massive fucking crash.
You piece of shit!
Fuck, yes, you did it! Okay, first things first. You're gonna need some tools to open the shipping containers. You're right by a quarry, right? They gotta have something there. Find it, then get over to that crash site
come from that direction.
Boosting methylamine from a train is like a major rap. The point is, no one, other than us, can ever know that this robbery went down.
Yeah, bitch! Oh my...
In the 2022 Los Santos Drug Wars update, they added a new vehicle called the Journey 2. If you take it to a mod shop, you can give it a livery called Cooking Time, which makes it look just like Jesse's 1986 Fleetwood Boundary that Walter and Jesse cooked meth in the early seasons of Breaking Bad. This is a clear Breaking Bad reference. In the 2024 Cluckin farm raid update, the plot revolves around a cocaine cartel that has set up its base of operations at the Cluckin factory. This is very similar to how Gustavo Fring has a chicken company called Los Polos Hermanos, which is a front organization for Gustavo's meth manufacturing and distribution operation. They also both use company trucks to smuggle their product. A special mention that I wanted to add, and it's not really a Breaking Bad Easter egg in GTA 5, but in Better Call Saul Season 1 Episode 9, you can see Stephen Ogg, who plays Trevor in GTA 5, and he has a lot of guns on him. I think this is Vince Gilligan or the writers of Better Call Saul joking about the amount of guns you can carry in GTA games.
So you're saying you don't have a gun? Is that what you're saying? How are you here without a gun? I got at least 2 guns on me that I'll tell you about. I go old school, the Wilson Combat 1911. I got a Glock 22 Gen 3. Really? How do you not pack a gun? He's not carrying a gun. He's useless.
True? You didn't bring a gun?
I didn't think I'd need one.
It's a protection job.
Son of a...
Okay, let's see what you got. That's cute. What else?
Then in Season 5, Episode 8 of Better Call Saul, you can spot the 2013 GTA 5 Bravado Banshee. Rockstar Games, West Coast Customs, and GameStop gave away this car in 2013. Flat 12 Gallery bought the Banshee in December of 2018, and their garage is the exact one featured in this episode of Better Call Saul. So I think it's safe to say that Vince Gilligan is a fan of Rockstar Games and vice versa. And I think that is just about every single Breaking Bad Easter egg and reference that I was able to find in Grand Theft Auto 5. So if anyone knows of any Breaking Bad Easter eggs or references that I missed, please let me know in the comment section.